Hello people, and welcome to Crypto Exposed. Okay guys, I've got a post here from Hedera, and then I'm going to show you another post in alignment with this, and I thought I'd share this with you because this is very interesting. So, Hedera say, at this year's WEF annual meeting, and that's World Economic Forum, Hedera will connect with global leaders to discuss how trusted digital systems can enable cross-border collaboration and support innovation that's secure, efficient, and built for real-world use. Representing Hedera in Davos. So let's look at the names. We've got Noémie Rubin, so she's the Chief Policy Officer at the Hedera Council. Mance Harmon, Chairman of the Hedera Council. Tom Sylvester, President of Hedera Council. Duncan Moore, Hedera Council Board of Directors. Eric Bassini, CEO of the Hashgraph. Kamal Yousefi, President of the Hashgraph Association, and Charles Adkins, CEO of HBAR Inc. So obviously some of those names should ring bells with you. You should be familiar with those. But I've got this additional post here that I wanted to share with you guys, and I thought this is very interesting. So we've got Tokenizer here who says, another year of HBAR at WEF Davos. But there's two key differences this year. WEF Davos sponsored by GBBC. GBBC now part of Hedera Council. As I've mentioned before, Hedera is now officially aligning with global leaders and standard bodies. This is a direct testament to that alignment. We'll be seeing Hedera discuss topics around DLT, AI, and governance. Key areas that we know Hedera has been executing on at the highest level. From Equity Lab's work with Intel and Nvidia to how Hedera is being used in regulated TradFi, all the way to the governance council structure. Excited to see what details about the hashgraph are revealed come Jan 21st. Okay, so yes, very interesting here. So we have the GBBC sponsoring the WEF Davos event. And as I've said, GBBC is now part of the Hedera Council, so I covered that not so long ago. And GBBC are the company that are basically trying to enable like enterprise blockchain adoption. They're basically trying to accelerate blockchain adoption. And they're on the Hedera Council, and they're now sponsoring this event where Hedera are speaking in regards to blockchain adoption. Just thought I'd point that out. Very interesting, right? And if you don't know who the World Economic Forum are, please go ahead and just do some research. Very big deal. These are regular events though in terms of Davos, like these happen regularly, so I don't want to overstate that too much. But the point that I'm trying to make here is Hedera, I do agree with the sentiment of what Tokenizer is saying here. I believe Hedera are aligning with the governing bodies, the big heads, the big dogs, the big wigs, whatever you want to call them. They're aligning with these elites, you know, these industries, these governing bodies, these governments, because they're trying to get the blockchain, the technology, or the hashgraph, whatever you want to call it again, depending on what network it is. They're trying to get them adopted, you know, like, and GBBC are helping this to happen. So you got to understand, they're sponsoring this event. Is that going to help them give Hedera a bit more of a chance? Is that going to open more doors for Hedera to have a bit more time in terms of trying to make the right connections, have more time to speak, big up the Hedera hashgraph, talk about its successes, etc., and what its future looks like? I would think so, right? So this is already showing you the impact of what that new partnership of having the GBBC on the council has now done. That shows you straight away. It really does. And so I think there's going to be more things like this. I think GBBC are big, and they are trying to, you know, move with the times. They are trying to get this all done in terms of having more companies, governments, etc., trying to adopt crypto technology. And I think that's why they're here supporting this, because they're trying to help get these things, these events happening more often. So more of these types of companies like the World Economic Forum, etc., can see what these crypto companies can do, what the technology can do, get them more intrigued, get them more interested, and potentially adopting, trialing out the technology to ultimately get the technology adopted. So I just think this shows you exactly what we was talking about from that prior video. I was saying to you guys, it's all about things like lobbying and stuff like that. Like sponsoring this event is just kind of like that, hey, yeah, we'll sponsor this event, and just to let you know, we're on the Hedera Council. This is a company that we really believe in. We really believe in the Hedera hashgraph, blah, blah, blah. And they could just get that little bit of extra special treatment just from that. Just from something like that. So this could go a long way. You know, like this could be very, very interesting to see how things unfold with GBBC now on the Hedera Council. Because if they continue to do more things like this, and they're backing Hedera, who knows what kind of adoption could come off of the back of that? Who knows what kind of opportunities could come off of the back of that? So I just thought I'd point that out. For me, I think that's very, very interesting. And, you know, look, we don't know where it's going to go for sure. But one thing I will say is crypto technology as a whole is moving forward. Like we can see that, right? Like it may be taking a while to get regulations and stuff like that, but it is coming. Like that's just the way we're heading. So at the end of the day, like I think it's pretty clear to see where it's going. So it's just a matter of which networks are they going to go on. I think it just comes down to that at this point now, right? So look, let's see how things go. You know, let's give it that time. But these are the type of things that I think just show you there's a lot of potential here in terms of the GBBC being on Hedera's side. I think that could unlock, you know, a lot of opportunities for them. So thought I'd share this with you, and I'll keep you updated. But let's see what they do say come January 21st. I'm just as intrigued as Tokenize are. I think it'll be very interesting to see what they say, and it'll be very interesting to see what comes off of the back of this, who they network with, what potential opportunities come out from this. So it's just something that we have to keep an eye on. Thank you very much for watching this. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And hit that bell. Take care.